Okay, we're back with more Beyond Blue adventures. We're gonna dive back in. We're diving back in. Coping with loss. What else we got? Invisible Pearl. What else? Whoa, there's that big guy again. Sunfish. I like him. What we got here? Wrist Radio Technical Manual. Alright. And what's over here? A Atola Lure Series, Jellyfish Lure, Equipment Maintenance and Operations. Jellyfish Lure? What? Alright.
Day 12. Spent the last 5 days on an endless series of depth tests of Andre's deep diving suit. Guess he doesn't want me to implode on the live stream. I do hope it's giant squid proof though. The mapping drone located a brine pool near where Andrea's family has been hunting. That is, before it went AWOL. Ready to dive.
Uh-oh. Oh man, alright.
I'm in and okay.
You sure I can't talk you into another test dive at this depth before we stream?
Enough test dives. It's not like I'm doing a spacewalk.
Well, with this suit you probably could.
Are we gonna talk about suit crush depth again?
I think we can probably roll.
Starting the live stream.
Welcome back, ocean friends. Tonight, I am deep. Midnight zone, no light from the surface deep. Tonight, we're using Andre's lure drone to mimic the Atola jellyfish to lure large predators like the giant squid.
It's certainly not all my tech. I'm building on years of prior research.
Don't forget our mission to the brine pools.
Oh yes, Arena will fill you in on that later.
That's terrifying. Atlantic football fish. Oh yeah. That's nightmare fuel. He's a scary guy. Alright. So we can keep checking here to see what we got out here. Interesting, there's like different shapes. Very dark. I'm gonna run right into one of those football fish and scream. Alright, there's another one. Whoa. What do we got here? Lanternfish. They're swimming in a big group. There's multiple species here. Myctophum? Another football fish over here. Really hard to spot them from far away. In the dark. It's a new guy?
Okay, Andre,
Nope.
how do I find the lure drone?
Look for blinking red lights in the water column.
Barrel eye fish. What? Who are you? Whoa. We got more comb jellies down here. Another barrel eye fish. Okay, I see the red glow. Alright.
No need to get too close. You can activate the lure from there.
Andre, have you done this before?
I haven't, but others have.
How long until we can expect the lure to attract a predator?
It's hard to say. It's a big ocean. But if you lose patience, I would find some real Atolla jellyfish. I have a feedback system set up to improve the lure as you scan them.
Of course you do. For those watching, we will be scanning these Atolla jellyfish to make sure Andre's lure matches the real thing.
It does, but it can always be refined.
Not much confidence in humanity, but plenty in himself.
We found an Atolla jellyfish and got the achievement U Jelly because we got all the jellyfish in the scanner. Whoa. It's like a giant eyeball. I kind of wondered when we did these deep dives whether or not they would have a submersible that we would be using. Alright, what do we deep scan in here?
Got the jellyfish scans, though Andre doesn't need them.
In truth, they should improve the lure. I would not waste your time.
Getting a few impolite comments on the screen pointing out that giant squid don't feed on Atolla jellyfish.
They're right. Actually, the Atolla puts on this light show when under attack, in order to lure creatures big enough to eat their attacker. Might have some useful human applications.
I think we need more Atolla scans to approve the lure.
Okay, whose idea was it to live stream this particular dive? I am glad I can't see the comments.
I would agree. My grandmother had a saying for times like this. I'm not going to try my grandmother's accent on a live stream, but loosely translated, it means if you get bored waiting for a giant squid, you can always go to a brine pool.
That's a pretty specific saying.
I noticed that these atollas were already making their blue alarm before you swam close.
Most likely a sign that they have detected predators in the region that threaten them.
Whoa.
That gave me a chill.
Cool.
I know how much you enjoyed that, but do you mind if we check out the brine pool before we check on our whale camp?
If you insist. You got what you wanted. This is my giant squid.
Is that another one of your grandmother's sayings?
No, but she often used this one. Hurry up and collect my specimens for me.
What an expressive language.
It's not giant squid, but I promise you, you won't have to wait to find it.
Definitely not as much in this area. Some comb, jellies, lanternfish, football fish, barrel-eyed fish. see how we're doing. Off to the left and kind of behind me, there's a bunch more. There's a couple to the right as well. Swim over this way and see what we got. Hard to tell if they're above or below, or in this case, above. Okay, just a little more to the right. Oh yeah, another football fish here. Lanternfish group. Oh, okay, I didn't see those ones behind me. Some more lanternfish. Another comb jelly. Another one. Still one I missed behind me. I'm not sure if they pop up as you find some or not, but got another one back here. Yeah, there we go. Another comb jelly we missed. 26 of 43 scanned. Alright. Now back towards and past the sensor, there's more.
At long last, welcome to the brine pool. I know it's really a salt lake under the ocean, but it looks more like a witch's brew. I have been teasing Arena, but a brine pool is a diverse microenvironment within the ocean. It has its own ecosystem.
And each one is unique. So that means the microbiology is unique and could hold groundbreaking solutions to human problems. Each time I take new samples into a lab here on this ship, it's this magical discovery moment where I tingle all over. I fund my own research so I can pursue what I know to be important. And people ask me, how much money are you going to spend to collect some bacteria at the bottom of the ocean? If these bacteria hold the cure for a disease that relieves even just a small amount of human suffering, how do you put a price on that?
That is some giant squid.
Alright, we have all of our microbial mat samples. We have to scan some hagfish, but near us, something big to scan. Don't see it yet. Every time I think I've got them all, I see another one. Another group of lanternfish. To my right, there's more. Oh. Comb jellies. Barrel eye fish. Where's this one? It's like right in front of me. Either above or below. Oh, gone. So you can dip down into the brine pool? No. But we'll be able to see the hagfish rising through it. There's one. Let's see what else we've got over here to scan before we scan the next hagfish. Lanternfish. Got some more guys to the left. Comb jelly. Lanternfish. Barrel eye fish. Barrel eye fish. Another barrel eye. Off to our left, we've got a little bit more. That might be the other hagfish, actually. There's a couple over the brine pool, and then a couple up this way. Yeah, there's one. Let's see what these guys are. Alright. There's the second hagfish. Okay.
Mirai, pushing you a waypoint.
Sperm whales are back on the hunt.
Look for the drones. They will seek out the sound of the sperm whales and then idle nearby.
We hope that today, Andreas Tech will make it possible to document how a sperm whale hunts the giant squid.
Oh, those are hard to see, but see the little dots there. Rising up and down below the brine. Looks like there might be one more over here. Ah, somebody else. Okay. One over by the sensor, then a few more out here. Not easy to really see those silhouettes until they like sort of overlap each other. That's what I was seeing earlier, and then they are a little brighter. But yeah, okay. Swim past the sensor and there's a couple more. Oh, easy to get turned around. Whoa. Very cool. Spooky. Do we need to scan him? I think he's already been scanned. Yeah, he's been scanned and tagged. We've got something in this area that I'm not finding. There we go. Oh. Hello. That's scary. I like the chapter in Moby Dick where they find the giant squid. It's cool. We saw one of these in a glass case in the Museum of Natural History in DC. Alright, there was one way back over here in the direction of the sensor, and then a couple over here. Wish they were a bit easier to see. Oh, the hagfish I missed. And another one. Yeah, okay. Now we've got maybe one more in the middle. Did one just go by me? Couldn't tell. Let's see where he is. Alright, this way. There he is. Alright. And then it looks like a couple up high up here that we missed. So I'll just keep going. See if I'm going in the right way. Alright. Since there's relatively fewer, might as well try to get them all. It's 14 of the 15 barrel fish. Let's see, do we see any more? Very hard to spot. Oh, looks like there's one there. You can't place a marker. Oh yeah, there's like 3 over on that wall there. Difficult to see. Just keep checking, making sure I'm headed in the right direction. It's a good distance. Looks like they've kind of moved over in this area. Not a great contrast between the markings on the map and the color of the map. Okay, here's one. 34 of 43 comb jellies. What are we looking at now? Oh, I see them off to my right, it looks like. Yep. There's one comb jelly. Oh, I just saw the other one. No more lanternfish. Okay. Can't make out any more easily. I still see about 3 up here. Very faint and hard to spot, but 3 there. Yeah, when you're not directly, your cursor is not directly on them, they're a little easier to see. And it looks like there was one right there as well. More Atolla jellyfish. Woo. Looks like there's one more I'm missing. Yep, I see him over in this direction. Alright, we got all the Atolla jellyfish. Yeah, we'll come back and read those entries later. And is that all the... Let's see, there's probably some more comb jellies, but maybe not on this particular dive since they were on the other dive as well. Off the top of my head, I'm not spotting anymore on the map. So we'll go on to our objective. Oh, it looks like there's one actually right over next to the objective. Where did it go? Not seeing it now. Oh. Make a hard right. This away. Up the cliffs. Really close to him now. There's the sperm whale. And now behind me. Alright, we'll just go ahead and check the drone.
Let's go tag some sperm whales so we can eavesdrop on their hunting.
We're right on top of one.
One of our viewers wants to know if there is a problem with the link, since the waypoints keep appearing and disappearing.
No problem. The drones are in stealth mode, so they will only track the whales by sound.
I better swim fast.
Way down here, I think we found him. And it was the last barrel live fish. Whoa. Okay. So we can only track them when they make the sound.
We'll keep good watch over you.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Alright.
What just happened?
I think the squid knocked the camera right off.
I had that camera feed in full screen on my visor, and for a second I thought it was lights out for me.
Sounds like a good time for the sub to pick you up. Live stream out.
Brine pools are like lakes under the ocean. They're incredibly rich in undiscovered life forms. They have the perfect cocktail for life. Alright. On to Sound is Everything. Explore how sperm whale communication has developed over millions of years and why sound is so integral to life in the ocean.
Sound to whales is everything. It's their hands. These are animals with the biggest brain on Earth and the most powerful sonic apparatus. They spend a lot of their time deep down. They're diving for an hour at a time in darkness. Just like a submarine is echolocating, they ping a signal out and then they wait for that signal to bounce off something and come back as the signal. And from that information, they could get an idea of what's there.
They constantly click, and that click sometimes can be really loud, and you can feel it in your body. It's like going to a DJ and feeling that bass. Once I had an experience with a sperm whale, it clicked, my ears almost like bounced back. It's really an amazing feeling, you know.
You don't develop a huge, complicated brain if you're not using it. Whales have little channels of communicating where they could talk to each other hundreds of kilometers away using sound.
Sperm whales make clicks in sort of rhythmic patterns that we call codas. Any family might have 20 to 25 different coda patterns that they use when they're having conversations with each other. And some of them are unique to different places in the world. In the Eastern Caribbean, they make a lot of what we call a 1 + 1 + 3. That sounds kind of like this. And that's only ever been recorded in the Caribbean. And it's been identical for the last 35 years. These are really different ways of life that are being labeled by these coda patterns. In the same way that human language is kind of a shorthand for where you come from. You can make a lot of missteps when traveling simply by speaking incorrectly or introducing yourself differently. Do you hug? Do you shake hands? Do you bow? And a growing concern has to do with the noise that we're putting into the ocean. Everything we do impacts everything they're doing. The sound is causing high levels of stress in animals like this. No one wants to live at a rock concert. You can imagine trying to have your home inside an arena while some metal band is playing. And that's increasingly what the ocean feels like.
First video capturing the sperm whale hunting a giant squid. Microbial samples around the brine pool to forward Arena's work on cures for human diseases.
It's Irina. Since there's no dive today, I'm going to lose myself in the wet lab to work on those samples you sent up from the brine pool. Hey, have you listened to my daughter's track? Interesting, right?
Let's go see the new insight. Dive down into brine pools and learn how they may hold clues to medical cures and the origin of life.
Brine pools are amazing habitat. It's a lake on the bottom of the ocean, and it's this surreal seascape. Chemically, each one of them is unique.
These brines undoubtedly contain bacteria, archaea, and viruses that are unknown to science. We know that they're incredibly rich in undescribed life forms. They have the perfect cocktail, the perfect recipe for life. These sites aren't just salty, they can be violent, characterized by eruptions and incredibly unstable conditions. So to live in them, you have to not only be hardy, but you have to be able to endure constantly changing conditions because not one day is the same. The organisms that live there, they undergo a constant biological warfare with each other to dominate the environment, to survive in the system. The biochemicals that they produce to do that biological warfare are applicable to curing diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's. They produce antibiotics and antivirals that can also be used to improve human health. And we drop targets as we go, so we know exactly where we sample. Exploring these habitats is absolutely necessary because the metabolic potential there has the capacity to change the way we think about medicine, to change the way we think about antibiotics, based on our knowledge that we gain from studying these incredible environments in the deep sea.
She's got a little stuffed animal.
Mirai, remember the tag we found on the turtles? I put it out on the network and I got the strangest message back. I'm gonna take a tender to a small island nearby and check it out. I'll explain everything later. Still no mapping drone, by the way.
Check out new minimally invasive ocean exploration technology developed by our science advisors.
Imagine if I was sent in to go study the Mona Lisa and I come in with a pair of snippers and I'm like, I'm gonna need to cut this baby up a little bit to see what kind of chemical composition is going on there. Like, you wouldn't do that, right? We don't have to kill these animals. We don't have to kill to understand. If we could do a single cell, that means we don't need to kill 20,000 animals to be able to really understand that one. We could do our work much more non-invasively.
So we are working this year on a new project to deploy tags on orcas. We need to learn more about the diet and how they use the habitat. So by deploying those tags, we get the information we need. It is the least invasive method. It is suction cups. So it is not a scratch on the whale afterwards, which is something we really like.
In the deep sea, we use these like robotic claws from the oil and gas industry that gets you the sample, but this is so archaic. So we've been designing something called squishy robot fingers, which are ways to be gentle when we study the deep sea. But I think we could even take this another level. There's some organism, we quickly encase it. It's like a medical checkup. We give it a swab to get its genome. We image it from all directions. We open it up, the animal goes away, and we have more information than we've ever had before. These animals are Mona Lisas. Our perception of them should change. We should be more delicate.
Hey, it's me. Nana didn't qualify for the study. Doctor says we missed the window. Whatever that means. Hard to tell what she remembers now. It's tough. Not sure my head's 100% there with school. Honestly, seems like a waste of money. Anyway, see you.
So for the next dive, mineral study of the deep water vents to advance Serena's work on the origins of life. The abyss. Low visibility, water temperature 2 degrees Celsius. Alright, so that will be it for this dive. Bing.